I'm sure you've heard the news. Welcome to Global Sky Update. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates.
The rain did not just fall, it attacked. It came down in sheets, a relentless grey curtain determined to swallow the world. In San Mateo, Rizal, Maria Reyes held her children close as the wind howled and the creek behind their house became a raging monster. 1 minute, the water was at our doorstep. The next, it was inside, climbing up our legs. We had no time to grab anything, only our lives.
Lightning revealed a world turning into a brown, churning ocean. Across Luzon, families huddled on rooftops, screaming for help, swallowed by the storm. The sound was a symphony of destruction, debris crashing, metal groaning, rain drumming endlessly. For many, warnings from Pagasa had become background noise in a typhoon-prone country, but no forecast could have prepared them for Hagupit. Rivers exploded, redrawing maps in hours. Cars became helpless shells, tossed like toys. Floodwaters carried mud, garbage, and trees, turning escape routes into deadly traps. Desperate calls for rescue flooded social media and hotlines. "Help! We are on the roof! My grandparents are trapped!" The power was out, communication lines down. For countless families, the world shrank to the small space above the rising tide. Alone in darkness and water, they prayed for dawn and the hope of rescue.
When dawn broke, it revealed a landscape of utter devastation. In Bulacan, fisherman Mancardo stood on a patch of ground, once a hill, staring at rooftops poking from a muddy sea. "My boat, my nets, my home, everything is gone," he whispered. "I thought I knew the water, but this was a wall that took everything."
The speed of the flood caught everyone by surprise. In Cainta, Liza was making breakfast when she saw a brown wave rushing down the street. I screamed, grabbed my son, and ran upstairs. My husband tried to save our things, but the water burst through the door. Our first floor was gone in seconds. The flood did not creep in, it invaded. People had minutes, not hours, to react. Local warning systems were too late or drowned out by the storm. Families made impossible choices, save belongings or lives. Most left everything behind. The water claimed not just objects, but the very essence of their lives. Stories of terror and resilience emerged. Aling Nena, elderly, was carried by her sons through chest-deep water. I closed my eyes and prayed. They are my only treasures left. A teenager tied his siblings to himself with a rope to keep them together. These are not just stories of loss, but chronicles of love and survival. In the darkest times, moments of profound humanity shone through. Against impossible odds, people clung to each other and to hope.
The catastrophic flooding was a perfect storm of devastating factors. Super Typhoon Hagupit lingered, dumping record rainfall over already saturated ground. Dr. Arnel Perez. The typhoon acted like a giant fire hose, overwhelming river basins for over 24 hours.
Major dams opened floodgates to prevent failure, releasing a massive surge downstream. Years of deforestation stripped away natural barriers, sending rain cascading down denuded slopes, choking rivers with mud and debris. Urbanization paved over land, funneling rain into clogged drainage systems, turning cities into lakes. Blocked waterways and informal settlements forced water to spill into streets, inundating entire districts.
As the disaster's scale became clear, a desperate rescue operation began. The currents were perilous, filled with debris. Rescuers navigated a minefield of submerged vehicles and collapsed posts.
Emergency hotlines were overwhelmed. Social media became a dispatch center. Volunteers mapping stranded families. Rescue teams, exhausted, had to prioritize the most vulnerable, the elderly, the sick, families with children. Boats replaced cars on city streets. Rescuers pulled people from rooftops, windows, and trees. In rural areas, neighbors with small boats became impromptu rescuers, sharing food and evacuating the vulnerable. These civilian heroes, armed with courage and community spirit, saved countless lives. In the Philippines' darkest hours, people became their own first and most vital line of defense. As floodwaters receded, the grim reality was broadcast nationwide.
News anchors reported from disaster zones. Markets now wastelands of mud and debris.
Displaced numbers climbed past 385,000. The challenge now is survival for those who lost everything.
These reports galvanized a nationwide response.
Our primary challenge is access. Many bridges and roads are destroyed. We are airlifting supplies, but the need is far greater than our capacity.
We are extremely concerned about outbreaks of waterborne diseases, leptospirosis, diarrhea, cholera. Evacuation centers are overcrowded. We need clean water, sanitation, and medical supplies immediately. We are running out of antibiotics, wound dressings, even basic fever medication. People are traumatized, facing a health crisis with limited resources. We are overwhelmed and desperately need support.
The voices from the ground painted a picture of immense suffering and daunting challenges. For over 385,000 displaced, survival meant fleeing to crowded evacuation centers, schools, courts, municipal buildings. These shelters were overwhelmed, a sea of exhausted, fearful faces. Families shared small patches of floor, privacy forgotten, noise constant.
We are grateful to be alive, but it is so hard. The children are getting sick. There is not enough food, and the bathrooms are overflowing. We have only one blanket to share.
Health risks grew, hundreds packed together, poor sanitation, disease looming. Health workers did what they could, treating fever, diarrhea, and infections from contaminated water.
The risk of a major outbreak is high. We promote hand washing, but there's not enough clean water. We try to isolate the sick, but there's no space.
Amid hardship, evacuees worried about their future.
What happens to us now? My work and house are gone. How do I start over? We depend on donations, but that won't last forever. We need a plan and hope to stand on our own feet again.
The uncertainty was as heavy as the loss. For many, the hardest part was not knowing when, or if, life would return to normal. Yet, even in these crowded halls, hope flickered. The floodwaters destroyed not just homes but livelihoods, leaving economic ruin. In central Luzon, rice paddies ready for harvest were submerged. Farmers watched a year's work vanish overnight.
Everything is gone. This crop was for my daughter's tuition, our food for 6 months. Now it's all rotting. The loans for seeds and fertilizer. How will I pay them back? Livestock farmers lost animals. Fisher folk saw their stock washed out to sea. In cities, small businesses, sari-sari stores, vendors, tricycle drivers lost everything.
The economic ripple is immense. Crop loss means food shortages and price hikes for millions. The Department of Agriculture reports billions in damage, numbers still rising. For workers and farmers, the path forward is uncertain. Without capital to restart, and with homes gone, many face a cycle of debt and poverty. The storm took not just harvests, but futures.
Even those with little gave what they could. A street vendor handing out bananas, a bakery giving away bread. This wave of volunteerism filled gaps official channels couldn't reach, providing comfort and hope. The Bayanihan spirit is a cultural reflex, the force that lets Filipino society bend without breaking. Narrator. Media. Filipinos using smartphones to organize relief efforts, people posting on social media for disaster help, community group chats coordinating aid. Social media became a tool for organizing help. People offered homes, vehicles, and time, creating a network of compassion. S3. Media. Volunteers offering shelter, vehicles, or rides to evacuees. Restaurants delivering hot meals to flood victims. Meals being distributed at a relief center. Acts of kindness were everywhere. Restaurants sent hot meals, friends pooled money for essentials, strangers delivered aid to the edge of flooded areas. Narrator. Media. Volunteers with backpacks delivering aid to flooded neighborhoods, people wading through water to bring relief packages, aid workers reaching remote flood-affected areas. Amid tragedy, the Filipino spirit of Bayanihan, communal unity, shone bright. Before government relief arrived, ordinary citizens took action. Donation drives sprang up in cities and towns. Volunteers sorted clothes, packed food, bottled water, driven by duty to help.
As floodwaters subside, a scarred landscape remains. Recovery will be long and hard. Yet, a powerful force is at work. Filipino resilience. It's seen in families shoveling mud from homes, neighbors clearing paths, laughter defying despair.
A mother hums a lullaby in an evacuation center, creating peace amid chaos.
This spirit has been tested by countless disasters. It's not about forgetting pain, but finding hope in hopelessness.
Filipinos say, "Babangon tayo," we will rise. It's a promise, a declaration after every disaster. It's the will to rebuild, to learn, to come back stronger.
The journey ahead is difficult, but the Filipino spirit is tougher. The true engine of recovery will be the people, the farmer planting again, the business owner restocking, the community rebuilding together. The Philippines is a nation battered by storms, but it knows how to rise together from the ruins.